What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. I wanted to talk to you today about menopause and some of the facial changes that you will have or encounter. However, don't worry. We know that your face is important to you, and hey, it's the first thing that people see, and you want to look darn good during this process. You don't want to be aging. You want to be still looking good and with your skin glowing. And we can help you do that. I can help you do that because I've read up on it. I've also consulted with my beautiful, amazing sister-in-law about skincare routine. And a lot of times, like myself, I was already doing a skincare routine. I just wasn't doing it properly and adding the appropriate things in the appropriate steps. Because there's a step and there's a full process for what you need to do during the day and night. And I will try my best to not be too long-winded about what you need to do. So during menopause, this is why I've been like really digging into skincare, because now I know a little bit more about it. I can educate you guys in the menopausal space. So what happens is you lose collagen and elastin, which is the elasticity in your face. So it starts to droop, you know, because I've noticed it with myself. Not much, but just enough to just like, what's that? So after menopause, collagen production can drop by up to 30% in the first 5 years, leading to a thinner and less elastic skin. You also notice that your skin may be a little bit drier than normal. So there is skin care items that you can buy for hydration, and as well as you need to stay hydrated. That makes a world of difference. And that was one of the big things that my sister-in-law pointed out. Are you dehydrated? Because if you drink the water, you know, things will look a lot less dry on your face. So that was a huge suggestion, and it's right here in writing, and it's been said by a lot of famous dermatologists. So it goes hand in hand. Another thing with the menopause, fat and volume loss in the face. So your face will no longer be, you know, as full as in your face. So that means your face will start to shift downward during the process and decline with the hormones. And then it creates a hollowness under your eyes, sagging in the cheeks, and deeper lines in the smile. I noticed that. And then it's a slower cell renewal in your face. So dead cells that normally fall off your face when you're young, much quicker, it'll be a lot longer. And it causes dullness and an uneven tone in your face. And a big key one here is bone density. It will decline over time, you know, as your menopause accelerates. There will be like tiny bits of bone loss, including in the facial bones and jawline, cheek line, eye sockets area. So those are some of the big changes. And then people think that they don't need sunscreen or SPF. Yes, you do. Specifically in a hot climate, you really need it. So folks here in Texas, the recommendation by dermatologists that I've listened to that are renowned, they're saying 30 SPF or higher will get you covered to stop with the anti-aging, because when you don't wear it, you're exposing your skin to all of the UV rays that are out there. So they're recommending 30 in the SPF or higher. nothing lower than that for the Texas climate. And if you're in a hotter environment like Cali, they're saying like you need to use at least 50 or higher. Okay, and there are some out there that are 100 SPF. I don't know who's gonna need that, but there are some out there. But just know that those are filled with a lot of chemicals, and it could be pretty strong on your face. All right, so what can you do about it? I've given you the 411 on what happens during menopause, the whole process, and this is all phases. Any of these things, a mixture of these things could happen. And if you're lucky, you may have minimal, noticeable changes in your face. But again, there are other ways to correct that problem. They're even saying that HRT can be recommended and can be very, very helpful because it'll give you some of the things that you've lost that contribute to facial changes in the HRTs. And I'm not sure what type of HRT that involves, but you can talk to your physician and find out if there's an interest in that. But HRTs are known to help with facial issues that are due to menopause. Lifestyle and external factors, UV exposure, we talked about that. Smoking is very bad. Stress, poor sleep, diet, and excessive sun exposure also worsen the visible aging. So if you're covering those things to protect your skin, then you will be better off, and the process will be less cumbersome for you. And what happens during menopause is the skin is thinner and it's more sensitive to the sun and environmental damage. So that's why your SPFs are going to be super duper important. SPF should be used all of our lives, essentially. But if you're just jumping on board, add that SPF. That's going to be your final step in your skincare routine. But these are the things that you need to look for that help. Gentle skincare, of course, with retinoids, peptides, hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and consistent sun protection, which is your SPF. It's always going to go back to that. Adequate hydration, sleep, protein, and healthy fats help with your face. And again, last but not least, the HRTs. So don't be afraid to ask about those. So yes, those are going to be your top ingredients to look for in your skincare routine that will help in all of those areas that are of concern during your menopausal journey. Suggestions: you can either go see your dermatologist and find out what they recommend, and or you can just step into Sephora and talk with a beauty advisor and tell them what ingredients you're looking for and what your skincare concerns are, and they will happily recommend some stuff for you. Have amazing options for every price point is what I love. And they have a clean selection that you can get, which is like all natural products. So amazing selection there. And then if you want to venture off on your own, you can try some things from Amazon, which is pretty reasonably priced. And then last but not least, you can do Ulta. Not my favorite place, but I do occasionally shop there for some things. Not much, but some things. But my number one pick is always going to be Sephora. All right. So that's my share. In the next segment, we will talk about the steps that you need to take in the morning and in the evenings to make your face glow. So tonight, my skincare routine, I use Inkey, INKEY, and so that's who my glow up is for from tonight. So that's what I'm going to sleep with. I've worn it during the day and then I put it again on at night. I usually try to do one particular brand for a couple of days and then switch it out to something else until I find something that I like. Anyway, so that's my share. We will talk again soon, friends. Bye.